Hi, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to this episode of Rock Talk with Rick. I'm hanging out with a good friend of mine, Mr. Ian Wood.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Not bad.
Good.
Not bad.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I've been wanting to get you on for a while, and
Oh, you have not.
no, yes, I have. I really have, right? So I want to ask you about like some things that back in the day you had a band called Van Walen.
Yeah, it was a Van Halen tribute. We ran from about 89 to about 94, 95. I had a couple of really good guys in those bands, like a lot of really good musicians. Johnny Rogers from Bright
Yeah.
Rock played with me for a while. Fritz played on drums for a bit. And, the band was pretty good.
I remember I had
Some
you guys
Van
at Patty Green's, and I was managing Patty Green's. I had Van Walen there.
Halen. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
The name rings a bell.
How did
we
man, it
do?
worked over. Yeah. I had you guys there, and yeah, it was.
Did we do all right?
Yeah, oh man, you guys did great. You blew the place out.
Yeah.
All the Van Halen fanatics were there that night.
It was an interesting tribute to pick because, of course, you got the two different singers, and I had to try to emulate both. And then Sammy, like his range is even Dave,
Yeah.
and then again.
Yeah.
And it's, it was a challenge, but I'm really proud.
So how long did that band run from? What year to what year? Do you remember?
About 89, 90 to about 96 at the most.
But man, that's a good run.
Yeah, 5 years. I'd say 90, 95 was the
And you
climb.
guys played everywhere, right?
Yeah, we were all down the States and everything, the East Coast of the States. We played Ocean City, Maryland. They had a bar there called Scandals, and they had a loop playing on the radio.
Okay.
And we arrived into New Jersey, because it's New Jersey, I think. No, it's Maryland. We arrived there, and it's on the radio, and the ad goes, Scandals, like Running with the Devil, only
Okay.
Scandals.
Yeah.
And I go, now featuring Van Walen from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, really?
And all this. Yeah, it was kind of a buzz when you hear it on the radio.
Oh, no doubt, especially when you're out of your own country.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And then we played Buffalo, and oh my goodness.
And you, at one
places.
time, you had PA and stuff in some clubs. Didn't you have stuff in the Jockey Club?
Yeah, that's right.
In the Jockey Club in Hamilton.
Yeah.
That was a great club at one time.
Yes, it was. Like pre Van Walen days, I had some other cover bands like Wooden Army and Skyscraper. And when a lot of the bars all went to house systems, I made Wally there a deal. I said, hey Wally, do you want like a PA in here and some lighting and all that? Save the bands going up those god awful stairs in the back. With all the
no
gear,
doubt.
and I can at least put the PA and that in here, and you can give me so much for the gear, and I'll provide a sound man, and I'll provide a sub sound man when I'm off doing the Van Walen gigs.
Yeah.
And we struck up a deal, and I was there for a while, and then Al Helson took over, and I parted my system out and sold some of it to a bar in Oakville, Monahan's.
Okay.
They bought it, and then since then a fellow named Jay Askey bought it all too. So
So you finally got rid of it all after a
yeah,
while.
they parted it out. Like
Now,
the
is there
Soundcraft and all
ever
that
a chance of a Van Walen reunion?
stuff.
People have asked you that, right? Come on, you're going to tell me nobody's ever asked you this question?
Yeah, people have asked, but it's tough because how do you say? It'd be a lot of rehearsal, all those Van Halen songs, and they're not easy, a lot of them.
No.
And it'd be a lot of rehearsal versus the payoff a few shows, and we just don't know whether it would be worth it on the whole. Plus, getting a hold of some of the original guys is impossible. They're busy, they don't want to do it, whatever. And, maybe the bass player Ronnie would probably be in.
Yeah, he probably would.
Because he's
he'd be in for
here.
anything.
He's around here, and he's a
yeah.
hell of a bass player. That guy
Oh, yeah,
is.
he's still a hell of a
And,
bass player, yeah.
And I think he'd be into it, and I don't think I could talk Terry into it.
No?
But you never know. But I don't know.
The reason I ask
I
is-
think that you comes to a point where you go, that ship has sailed.
You think
and
so?
I think so, and I'm not getting any younger. I don't want to feel like an old fat David Lee Roth out there with no hair, singing all that stuff, and embarrass myself.
Oh, man,
But I was very proud to be part of it in its heyday.
Yeah, it was
And-
great, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked it and stuff like that.
That's right. And then I got out of bands for a while. I couldn't buy a band. The 90s came in, and all these young bands around like Common Language and Up Your Kilt, they were dominating the pubs that
Yeah.
had bands, and the production was kind of smaller in the bars, and it went, the Lions.
Yeah,
and St.
yeah, everybody's
Catherine's.
going to
And
smaller.
I couldn't buy a gig. I was kind of from the 80s, so I didn't fit into the 90s. And then I was a bit too old for it, quite frankly. I got in one band, they wanted me to do Rage Against the Machine. I go, you know what? I came from a fun Van Halen. I love it so much because it's really musical, but it's a fun band.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't be angry up there. I'm doing this for fun.
Yeah,
Music
yeah.
makes me happy. I don't know about you guys, but music makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that angry stuff and see kids throwing each other in front of me. I'd rather see girls dancing,
And
everyone smiling,
with the
having a good
boobies
time.
jumping, right?
Well, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, there you go. Now,
Usually it's my boobies jumping now.
anyway, I want to ask you too about. So you're playing in a band with Mr. Terry Prachia
Yeah.
called Rock of
Yeah,
'80s.
he really is great. He's a character, but he drives me, and he's a challenge, and I like
He's a
that.
challenge.
He is in more ways than one.
Oh yeah, we all
Sorry,
know.
Terry, but you know what? He's so talented. He can play almost anything. He's a great guitar player, and he sings like a bird, but never wants to.
Yeah.
He only takes a few songs to give me a break. I think out of being, caring about my voice, because I don't think he really does want to sing them.
Yeah.
But what a hell of a guitar player and a guy.
And-
He's got it down to a science. He's got
And you guys play tons of shows. Like before the COVID hit, you guys were like everywhere.
Yeah, the Rock of '80s. We do everything from like Journey, Bon Jovi,
Yeah.
AC/DC, Def Leppard. You're Loved by the Outfield, and then Europe and. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, Rat.
I
Poison,
know, you guys got
Cinderella
a
even sometimes.
melting pot
and,
of tunes you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And so,
and they're all really challenging to sing.
oh yeah,
Some of them I go, Terry, not tonight, not tonight. Starts the song anyway. Thanks.
yeah, I know, eh? And you guys, so are you guys like during the COVID, Kaka? You guys were doing nothing? Just were you guys rehearsing or doing nothing?
Well, you know what we did? We were really lucked out because what happened was with COVID when it hit last year, we had the keyboard tracks for Rock of '80s there, and Terry said, you know what? Let's put the drum tracks back in and just do a duo thing for some parties or some small gigs. Well, that thing caught fire. Next thing
Yeah.
you know, we're doing a pile of, everyone wants us for a backyard party, and because we did some other gigs where we had to do a wider variety of music, not just the '80s rock, we could do dance and oldies and Beatles and all that. We got all that on the tracks, and so we sound like a full band. I call it at half the gear, half the money, and
That's BS.
it was a great deal when the bars cut back and couldn't afford big bands.
And you called that the Rock of '80s duo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it actually worked out great for us, and we got an awful lot of gigs out. We're probably busier than anybody, and we're so grateful for it. But that idea really took off because it's still like an electric duo. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like two acoustics, and it was the electric thing. We just added the drum tracks in and went with it. And Terry did all that work, of course. But it was really rewarding when COVID came in and we had that to fall back on.
You're lucky.
And now that things are starting to open up,
Yeah.
guess what we're doing again? We just go back to the vault and it's the Rock of '80s duo to get the ball rolling, and then hopefully some band gigs will be coming as things open up.
Yeah.
And
Well, some things are starting to open up. I
Yeah.
see even in Hamilton, and things are starting to slowly.
open up. Well, if we start getting patio gigs as a duo, we know that the next step they'll probably start getting bands.
That's right.
Now, the only downside is, for every musician doesn't want to hear this, is that when they open up, all these bars have been hurting so long, they're not going to pay you what you paid
That's
before.
right.
You're going to start back at kind of the bottom of the totem pole, or at a minimum price you guys can live with, and either the bar says yes or no.
That's right.
And, we've all got to kind of help them out at first, and I don't mind.
And I knew that was coming.
You know what?
Everybody knows it's coming, and it's just the way it goes.
Like, I don't want to undersell myself or anything, but in these times, if we have to do gigs for a little bit less to help get the ball rolling,
Yeah.
because the other thing was we worked with a lot of bars, and we figure, you know what, when they finally get up to speed and the gigs and the bookings get going again, that who are they going to remember? Probably, those guys, they came in here, they tried, they gave us a great price, and we're going
That's
to get
exactly
them back,
it.
So I'd like to think we've cemented ourselves that way moving forward, that these bars don't abandon us once they can open
Oh
up.
no, I think
Well, these better bands like Star Suicide and
Suicide Star, yeah.
Suicide
you gotta watch
Star,
out.
sorry.
You got to watch out for those guys, man. They're gonna take all the glory.
oh my God, they blow the roof off.
Oh, I know. Anyway, is there anybody you want to shout out to?
Just a shout out to everybody that's a Rock of 80s fan out there. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys liking what we do and appreciating it, I don't think I'd have a job. But we still really enjoy it, and I'm very, very grateful, especially at my age, to still be doing it, still having the voice hang in there to do it. I'm probably the most grateful guy in the world. Like, I'm living the life, and it's all because people have been so nice and so kind out there, and they come out and support us all the time. And I just can't say thanks enough.
Ian, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you for coming
I hope
down.
I did okay.
Oh, you did great. Anyway, tell everybody that don't forget I do shows Wednesday night here at the King of the Attic Studio. If you want to get a hold of them and you want to live stream, or you want to come in and you just want to record and film, you can get a hold of Chris at kastudio@cogeco.ca. And if you want to get on my show, Rock Talk with Rick, you can get a hold of me at rocktalkwithrick@gmail.com. Anyway, good night and take it easy. We'll see y'all later. Mr. Ian Wood.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, brother.
Thank you.
Rock, rock, rock.